Hope you've had a great day. Silver Trade here again with another video. GameStop in after hours topped out up 20%, and XRT is 410% short right now, even though it just got taken off of Reg Show. Boom. Please remember, none of this is financial advice, and we are not financial advisors. This video is made for entertainment purposes only. But GameStop in the short term looks incredibly bullish. Just like we thought, it came down and touched the 200-day moving average, just kissed it, and now it's putting in higher highs and higher lows, which you love to see because on the 4-hour, for a while, GameStop fell below the 200-day moving average, and then was starting to put in lower highs and lower lows. That all changed a few hours ago when GameStop also got back above the 200-day moving average on the 4-hour. And on the 1-hour, you can really see how a few days ago, GameStop got rejected at 27.80, but tonight, GameStop bounced off 27.80. This is that stair-stepping people are always talking about. And you know that this GameStop move is going to be good because it fell through the 5-day, bounced off the 200-day moving average, broke back up through the 5-day, got rejected off the midline, and then rejected again off the 5-day with a really good sign of strength. I mean, that is a picture-perfect setup right there. Anybody who's been watching stocks for a while and sees this kind of almost expects GameStop to get to 33.50 pretty soon, at least for a test. And in the German market, it's actually going up, which is not common at all. The patterns on the chart are incredibly bullish, and it's the exact same story on the indicators. The Mrkt is crossing right as it's getting above the midpoint, after the RSI has completely cooled off, and on the weekly, the CCI and RSI have really cooled off. I bet you we hit 47.50 in the next couple of months, maybe after earnings. But let's take a look at what happens when GameStop gets close to oversold. Recently on the RSI on the daily for GameStop, we almost touched the oversold. When that happened back in 2021, we ran about 56% in a month. After the 2021 sneeze, GameStop was falling pretty hard and touched that oversold line once again and ran 16% over the next 25 days, but then continued to sell off. January of 2022, it came down and touched the oversold on the RSI and then ran 52% over the next 3 weeks. On March of 2022, it touched the oversold and then ran 150% in 15 days. In September of 2022, same story, touched the oversold line and then ran 50% over the next 50 days. January of 2023, touched the oversold line and then ran 61% in 30 days. GameStop touched the oversold and then ran 72% over the next 6 days. This is the most extreme overselling, and then it ran 19% over the next 15 days. And then our most recent one, April of 2024, touched the oversold line and then in 21 days ran 530%. And that brings us to today, where recently we touched the same line, and last night we saw a ton of volume, while the CEO is moving his shares to where he directly owns them, and we could get a Roaring Kitty post any day. GameStop should have a pretty good next Q4 as well. Personally, I think that they're going to announce that they're merging with PSA at the next earnings. And we all saw Ryan Cohen's post 7 days ago where he was standing with Michael Saylor, CEO of MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy owns over 400,000 Bitcoin. This man is basically Mr. Bitcoin. I think that's literally a Bitcoin on his shirt. And so the news articles say that GameStop is quote-unquote considering Bitcoin, but I believe he wants the investors to know that he's about to buy Bitcoin. And yesterday, 35 days ago, was January 9th. And when they released those articles about GameStop considering investing in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, it came out at 4:31 p.m. And the stock was up 10% 2 minutes later. And if you guys would, please leave a like. I have had to record this 3 times because I keep messing up the audio, but I really wanted to make a video for y'all. Because maybe this hype fizzles off, but I am really bullish. But don't forget, for GameStop to really run, we need the overall market to be moving up as well. And the NASDAQ looks like it broke out today. I wonder if that's because Nancy Pelosi just announced that she was buying a Google position worth anywhere from $250,000 to $500,000. And Musk administration just started draining private bank accounts via the U.S. Treasury. New York City got an $80 million congressional appropriated FEMA money on February 4th. The wire cleared. It was sitting in a New York City bank account at a commercial bank per law. Yesterday, the Treasury took the money back, no warning, no court order. They simply accessed that bank account and took the money from it. This reminds me of back in 2021 when Wells Fargo just so happened to take 2 weeks longer than every other bank to give out stimulus checks. But I'm sure they weren't just doing that to collect overdraft fees. And see, when you see this kind of stuff, it reminds you that you don't really own anything. I own my home, I own my truck, but the bank owns my home and the bank owns my truck. We can't really own anything. Even stocks. Robinhood closed my account, sold my Doge position with an average of 12 cents, and they kept the profits from me. I am panicking so bad, Doge apes help. This guy bought 36,000 Dogecoin about a year ago. It was worth about 9 grand. He held on until today, well, yesterday, and then Robinhood sold his whole account and only gave him back about $5,800. You can't really own anything except cryptocurrency in a cold storage wallet. And look at this. Apparently Robinhood doesn't have a service line anymore. This guy tried to find a place to call him and he couldn't. And see, if this guy had a Tangent wallet and was holding his Dogecoin in the Tangent wallet, this would have never happened and he would be a very happy man. But since he held it in the wrong place, they can do whatever they want. They have the right to not work with somebody if they don't want to. But with Tangent, this wouldn't happen. And that leads us to today's sponsor, Tangent. I'm just joking. Tangent, please. And since people are mad at Elon Musk for, well, a lot of things, but the money doesn't help. So basically, Elon Musk made random people mad. So random people are going to go be mad at random people's cars. How does this make any sense? I mean, they do such a good job at getting us to fight each other. RFK Jr. is officially confirmed as Health and Human Services Secretary. Our drinking water is going to get better with this. Apparently Washington, D.C. is getting ready to sue the new administration, with the searches for lawyer increasing 400%, which really is it just going from 25 to 100. State Department planning to award Tesla contract for $400 million of EVs. Remember, your network is your net worth. Last week we talked about how Kaspa showed promise and how it could get added to Coinbase and Binance pretty soon. And Coinbase came out today and said on Twitter that you could now trade Kaspa futures on Coinbase. Not Kaspa crypto, but the futures. This means that pretty soon Kaspa crypto will be on Coinbase. On Kaspa, yesterday a wallet bought around 19 million CAS, or almost $2 million in a single transaction, making it one of the largest transactions of Kaspa so far. It only took 1 second with a fee of about 6 cents. There is a huge wallet that buys half of the available supply of Kaspa every month. Kaspa is only worth $2 billion market cap right now. We see GameStop and the rest of the world moving towards Bitcoin and crypto. This sounds crazy, but long term, I think they're going to make air conditioners that use cryptocurrency miners' heat to warm up the home, because then that air conditioner could also pay for itself with that cryptocurrency. We already see it nowadays. People who are drilling for oil, they'll use that natural gas that is left over to go into a generator that then makes electricity and powers a Bitcoin miner. So they're drilling for oil and they're mining for Bitcoin at the same time, almost for free. There's going to be a ton of ways that people are going to try and squeeze Bitcoin mining into just to make it profitable and easier to sell. And that's going to make the whole cryptocurrency market continuously get bigger. Kaspa is also hoping to be the first cryptocurrency that can handle multiple blocks at the same time. Solana can do one block every 400 milliseconds, so it can do multiple blocks per second. Kaspa hopes to do 10 blocks simultaneously, and then down the road, Kaspa hopes to do 100 blocks simultaneously, theoretically making Kaspa the most scalable crypto. I'm probably too excited about this long term. I already bought a miner. Here's a clip of some of that. Boom. I have always wanted to try out cryptocurrency mining before, and I never have. Welcome to the first crypto tent in a shower on YouTube. We're going to be doing ASIC mining, GPU mining, and CPU mining, and everything else. And I am really excited to show you guys what I do with this. I'm a bit of an electrician, so this is pretty light work. I didn't know what type of mining I wanted to do, so we're going to try them all out and then figure out which one to lean into. Please leave a like if you want to see more stuff like this and in person. I take this as Coinbase expecting Kaspa to have some good moves. Long story short, I'm not trying to preach at you. I started reading the Bible every day, and that was the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. My friend recently did that, and he feels the exact same way. Maybe give it a shot for a couple of months, and God bless.